Hey guys, my name is Nora Franch, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. We are reading from Daily Reflections, page 49. This is the reading for February 10th, titled, I Don't Run the Show. When we became alcoholics, crushed by a self-imposed crisis, we could not postpone or evade. We had to fearlessly face the proposition that either God is everything or else he is nothing. God either is or he isn't. What was our choice to be? That is from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 53. Today my choice is God. He is everything. For this I am truly grateful. When I think I am running the show, I am blocking God from my life. I pray I can remember this when I allow myself to get caught up into self. The most important thing is that today I am willing to grow along spiritual lines, and that God is everything. When I was trying to quit drinking on my own, it never worked. With God and AA, it is working. This seems to be a simple thought for a complicated alcoholic. Very apropos given yesterday's reading. Again, I just flipped around in pages in a few different books, and so I just think that's really cool. So if you didn't listen to yesterday's, check it out. So being grateful. When I'm running the show, I'm blocking God from my life. That is known as ungodly self-reliance, if you want a fun, heavy-sounding term. And this comes up, obviously, all the time in the steps, in the Big Book, in the spirituality of the 12-step program. And in other areas, they talk about, our self-centeredness being the crux of our disease, being the root of our disease, that selfish, self-centered thinking. And it says here that the most important thing is that today I'm willing to grow along spiritual lines and that God is everything. And I feel like that's like the nugget. That's like the heart of the person who can grow into recovery, is this, to have a willingness to grow along spiritual lines and be acting from that place. Step 2, where God is everything. Came to believe that a power greater than myself could restore us to sanity, that there is something more than me. And, this obviously harkens to that part in the Big Book where they talk about, the play didn't come off very well when we were trying to run the show. But this self-imposed crisis that they say here in the beginning quote, that we are crushed by the proposition that God either is or he isn't. And for some of you, this may be familiar. For others, perhaps not. But C.S. Lewis, the man who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia series, among lots of other things, has a very famous quote. And he says that if you need to, he says that to believe in God, and he's talking specifically about Jesus for who he said he was, but that Jesus was, you have to believe either one of these 3 things: Lord, liar, or lunatic. Because to be God is so huge that you can't be like, oh yeah, like sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not, because that's not God. God is all powerful, all knowing, all present, all existent. This is the higher power I believe in, right? And I just think that's a really cool way to think of it, that I mean, he either is or he isn't. He's either everything or he doesn't exist, because my higher power he has to be someone who exists all the time. Otherwise, he's not really a higher power. Otherwise, it's just like, some flighty thing, which is what I was. Anyway, I hope this is not offending anyone, because the whole point is to bring people in, to invite people into the spirituality of the 12 steps. So I invite you to consider how you think of your higher power. Is your higher power someone or something that can exist in all times and all places, in all situations, and can love all versions of you? And if that's the case, pray for the grace to believe that in all times and all places for yourself. Because just maybe he is everything or he is nothing. And if he is present in your life some of the time, perhaps he's actually there all of the time. With that, I pass.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. But more than that, it's important to me to give listeners like yourself a place where you do not need to feel alone on your 12-step journey. And for that reason, I've created a Facebook group. It's called Grateful Blessed Mess. And it's a place where listeners can go to add their own commentary on the share for the day, in addition to my own, and for us just to have a conversation or start a back and forth where people can find support in their 12-step journey. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you're here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.